Have you ever wondered if the old Greek myths were more than just stories? What if some of them were warnings, memories, or even real events misunderstood over thousands of years? Tonight, we're digging into mysteries that historians once laughed at, until evidence forced them to rethink everything. From monsters that actually existed, to lost cities that really were swallowed by the sea. Two ancient weapons, once believed impossible. So here's the question. What if the stories we grew up hearing were never myths at all? Stay with me, because what we uncover might change the way you see ancient history forever. Coming in at number 1, the legendary city of Troy. For centuries, people thought the Trojan War was just a dramatic story. Then, archaeologists found a real city that matched the description almost perfectly. Thick walls, layers of ash from a great fire, and discarded weapons. Was Homer actually describing a real war? Next up, the Minotaur. In Crete, the massive palace at Knossos had hundreds of twisting corridors. It was a true labyrinth where people could easily get lost. Combine that with the bull-worshipping culture of the Minoans, and suddenly the myth of a half-man, half-bull monster doesn't seem so imaginary. At 3, the Cyclopeus. Ancient Greeks often found the skulls of dwarf elephants. The huge central cavity for the trunk looked exactly like a giant single eye socket. Imagine seeing that without knowing what an elephant was. A one-eyed giant seems like a pretty logical conclusion. Number 4 is Atlantis, possibly a memory of a real volcanic disaster. Around 1600 BCE, the island of Thera, now Santorini, exploded. The eruption was so powerful that entire settlements vanished under ash, and tsunamis hit distant coasts. The destruction was so shocking it could easily have survived for centuries as a legend. Number 5, the labors of Hercules. Many of his challenges match real ancient creatures. The Nemean lion might have been a species of oversized cave lion. The giant boar he fought, those were very real in ancient Europe. Even the multi-headed Hydra might have been inspired by water snakes that seemed to regrow when cut. Number 6, the famous Oracle of Delphi. For centuries, people believed a priestess spoke with the gods. But modern discoveries show the temple sat on fault lines that released intoxicating gases. These fumes likely caused the trances and visions that were interpreted as prophecies. Number 7, the Amazons. They weren't just a myth. Archaeologists have found graves of Scythian women buried with weapons. These steppe tribes had female warriors who rode horses, hunted, and fought in battles. The Greeks really did encounter their Amazons. Number 8, the Sirens. Sailors, describing beautiful women luring them to their doom, could have been seeing manatees or seals from a distance. After months at sea on an exhausting voyage, it's easy to see how imagination could fill in the blanks. At 9, the Flood of Deucalion. This is the Greek version of the Great Flood story. Many regions in the Mediterranean showed geological evidence of sudden, catastrophic flooding. Oral stories carried these real events forward until they became myth. Number 10, the bronze giant Talos. Was this an ancient robot? The island of Crete had massive metal statues and even automated defense mechanisms powered by steam or water pressure. Talos might have been a distorted memory of these incredible early machines. At 11, the Chimera. This fire-breathing monster was said to live in Lycia. Well, that same region has a mountain that spews natural gas flames from cracks in the rock, a phenomenon that continues even today. 12 is the Gorgon Medusa. Her terrifying face could be linked to real ritual masks. Ancient cultures used masks with serpentine designs and staring eyes to scare away evil spirits. To an outsider, seeing one could have easily inspired the myth. 13. The Titanomachy, the Great War Between the Gods. This could be an echo of ancient cosmic events. Meteor impacts and massive volcanic eruptions would have looked like gods fighting in the sky, a real-life battle of fire and thunder. 14 is the Golden Fleece. In ancient Georgia, people placed sheepskins in riverbeds to collect gold particles from the water. When Greeks heard tales of golden fleeces, their imaginations might have run wild. 15. The Sphinx. It's no secret the Greeks traveled. They saw the giant monuments in Egypt, including the Great Sphinx. The idea of a creature with a human head and a lioness body followed them home and evolved into their own myth. Number 16. The Phoenix. This immortal bird was likely based on real birds with strange behaviors. Some species in Africa build fiery-looking nests or live near volcanic regions, and traders' stories became embellished over time. 17. The entrance to the underworld. In Greece and Turkey, there are real caves that release poisonous gases, killing any animal that wanders inside. Ancient people naturally believed these were portals to the afterlife. 18. The Colossus of Rhodes. This wasn't just a story. Archaeologists have found the massive foundation stones, proving that an enormous statue, matching ancient descriptions, once stood near the harbor. 19. The Myth of Giants. When ancient people found the huge fossilized bones of mammoths, whales, and dinosaurs, they didn't have science to explain them. They assumed the bones belonged to a race of human giants. And at 20, Pegasus. This winged horse might have been inspired by real war horses. Certain tribes were known for breeding extraordinary horses that were trained to jump high and run so fast they felt almost supernatural. So let me ask you again, how many of our myths today will turn out to be true in 1,000 years? We've already uncovered cities once considered fantasy and monsters that were thought to be impossible. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, hit that like button and subscribe. Let's keep uncovering the stories the world forgot. Thanks for watching.